Hello, this is Caveman PRDR. Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Deadpan Delivery shotgun. This is the shotgun that is available to focus at the seasonal Season of the Witch engram vendor. You can use seasonal engrams to get old vanguard weapons. This is going to be a reissued vanguard weapon, and this is a aggressive frame shotgun. Unfortunately, it does not have opening shots, so you kind of have to invest in the other stat that is important for shotguns, which is handling. Range and handling are the two most important stats. Since it doesn't have opening shot, you need to invest into handling on this one and try to get range up as high as you can. I personally think that the two perks specifically in column 3, I think the best ones to go for are surplus and slick draw. I'm leaning towards slick draw myself. I think slick draw has the slight advantage. According to frame data testing that I had done, I recorded at 60 FPS 2 different rolls with my Austringer in the kinetic slot at 44 handling, and the Deadpan Deliveries, both rolls I had consisting of surplus or slick draw and frenzy for each roll with 31 handling each. With the slick draw roll, I had found that the ready speed animation frames at 60 FPS were 53 frames needed to complete the animation. The stow speed animation frames at 60 FPS were 65 frames. And then surplus, the ready speed animation frames at 60 FPS were 58 frames, and stow speed animation frames at 60 FPS was 66 frames. So comparing the two, it's hardly much of a difference at all, but slick draw technically does get that little bit less frame, a little bit lower frames needed to actually ready and stow speed. So in terms of handling, I think I'm going with slick draw for the god roll for PvP, because there is that little difference at 60 FPS. These frame differences can probably be extended over higher FPS counts. I just chose 60 FPS for the sake of the argument, and that also probably accounts for people on console as well, if consoles for the most part are 60 FPS. Maybe some of the newer ones are better now. I don't know exact numbers for console players, but anyway, I found through the testing that slick draw was in fact the better of the handling perks. And on top of that, I believe that the aim assist penalty to slick draw only applies to the center pellet, if I'm not mistaken, and the other pellets just come out. And since you're using a shotgun, you're going to be aiming center mass anyway. So it's like, how hard is it to actually whiff that center pellet shot? Whenever you look at the pellets, or at the pellet spread for these different shotguns, you can tell that there's that one center pellet, and then the rest of the pellets just kind of go around that. If you're aiming center mass anyway with the shotty, it's not like you're going to have that hard of a time missing, so I think slick draw is actually really good. On the shotgun, and I think that should be the PvP roll. So I would go with rifled barrel. I would go with accurized rounds to bump up that range more. Go with slick draw, and then maybe go with frenzy in column 4. Frenzy, when activated, is not going to help as far as I know. According to D2 Foundry, as far as I know, it will not increase handling speed or anything like that, but it should help out with the reload speed part, at least when you do have it activated. So for PvP, I would go with frenzy above the other perks in column 4. I don't know if 1-2 punch on an aggressive frame kills I don't know if it kills warlocks in their well, or if it kills titans in their bubble anymore. I know it did in previous seasons, but I don't really have that much faith in 1-2 punch anymore, so I'm going to go with Frenzy for at least the chance at benefits for the reload speed over the other perks available. Opening shot, once again, really kind of not being available kind of hurts the gun a little bit, in my opinion, in terms of comparative options. I think overall Deadpan Delivery, I think the stats are not super great compared to other aggressive frame shotguns. I can be wrong. I still think you would want a shotgun that has opening shot just for the sake of having that extended range and making it easier for cleanups and whatnot. I still think Deadpan Delivery is a solid shotty. I'm not going to sit here and say it's the most consistent thing. I think I would at least make it a B tier aggressive frame. Maybe even A tier, but I don't think it's any... I wouldn't just sit here and say it's any better than Found Verdict. Definitely wouldn't sit here and say it's any better than Matador 64, but I think it's still solid. I really like the ready speed with slick draw on the roll that I have. So yeah, that's going to be it for PvP. And then for PvE, I think you go with something like corkscrew rifling to increase range and handling. I think you go extended mag to get to that 5 count in the magazine. I think you go with maybe overflow in column 3, and then in column 4, I'm not entirely sure exactly what all the in-game PvE roles would be for a aggressive frame shotty. I would imagine that you'd probably want Frenzy or 1-2 punch. I think those are probably going to be your 2 best bets for PvE. But if anyone that plays high-end PvE with aggressive frame shotguns, let me know down in the comments where I'm wrong about this role. And thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.